What's going on, people? This is Ranger. Welcome again to Raw Boxing TV, where today we're going to be talking about this unexpected fight between Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather. And I'll get to the unexpected thing here in a second. First, I'd like to apologize. I know I have been a little lazy when it comes to making videos, but like I said on my Twitter account at Boxing TV, go over there and follow me. Been kind of busy. My brother came to visit from Virginia before his deployment, and we're spending some time with him. Purchased some new equipment, brand new camera. Trying to set up a studio, which I will show you guys. One of these days I'll do a whole video. I'm going to also be focusing on my wife's cooking channel. Once it's ready to go, I will let you guys know, so you guys go and subscribe anytime you need a nice meal to kick it with the ladies or with your man, whatever you are. But let's go ahead and talk about this fight, shall we? And the reason I say this unexpected fight is because right after the victory, the boxing clinic that Floyd put over Robert Guerrero, a lot of people, including what's this guy's name, Skip Bayless, he was saying that now Floyd Mayweather was going to tap dance around Canelo and avoid him like he did with Pacquiao, right? And what's amazing to me that a lot of you guys, knowing how the media works, actually listen to these morons and yeah, it's true. And then Floyd comes back and slaps you guys with a bit of manlyhood, if we might say. And if you ask me, if there was ever a time for this fight, it's now, because time goes by and Canelo has something that Floyd will never ever have again, and that's youth. Plenty of youth. 22, 23 years old. Come on, let's go ahead and start talking about Canelo, who a lot of people are mesmerized since his last fight. But let's go ahead and break down his last fight and explain to you guys why he looked the way he did in his last fight. Starting with the fact that he had a fighter in front of him that night was throwing sloppy punches, was throwing combinations and staying in the pocket after the combination, allowing the powerful Canelo Alvarez to come back with punches of his own and counter-punching him, instead of hitting and getting out to prevent himself from getting hit. His punches was slow, slappy, allowing Canelo, who is a young killer, a patient killer, to see those punches coming and slip under those punches, move side to side, and it made him look good. It made him look like a Canelo we've never seen, because we had never seen that from Canelo. But that night, the way Austin Trout fought allowed Canelo, enabled Canelo to pull these things off in a very fashionable way. So the fight was a lot closer than the judges had it. If you go back into that fight, you will see Canelo taking punches, just like slipping punches and skipping punches. You might have not seen him marked, but that's because of the fighter he had in front of him, right? So really and truly, at the end of the day, he looked good. He won that fight. He made a statement in his career, and he earned a shot at Floyd Mayweather. Now, don't get me wrong. Canelo doesn't really need Floyd Mayweather, to be honest with you. I mean, money-wise, he might, but not fame-wise, not popularity-wise. Canelo is the Floyd Mayweather of Mexico, the pretty boy from Mexico, the golden boy from Mexico. and Mexico has a lot of people. So, no, Canelo does not need, in terms of popularity, Floyd Mayweather. Maybe in terms of money. It amazes me, now we're going to talk about Floyd, it amazes me that people are getting on Floyd for the catch weight issue. Yet they seem to ignore the fact that Manny Pacquiao is asking for random drug testing. I know. I just always think that if you're going to criticize a fighter, right, and creditize another fighter, think of what you are going to say when you open your trap hole, because the garbage that might come out of there may not make a lot of sense. That's why I understand a lot of you just rather hide behind a keyboard and not do videos, because you are afraid of retaliation. But that's okay. Let's talk about Floyd now. Floyd Mayweather Jr. We have heard him in the past say that he would never make one of his opponents fight in catch weight. It would never be a requirement. We've seen articles from Dan Rafael that Floyd demanded the catch weight. But then again, Dan Rafael is the one guy that made an article as far as he thought Nonito beat Guillermo Rigondeaux, right? So I don't really care about what he said, because that right there is kind of gibberish. And then we've heard people from ESPN and other sources say that no, in fact, it was, including Mayweather's team, it was Canelo that contacted Mayweather and said, we are willing to fight you at a catch weight if you are. And Floyd said, well, I'm not making you. Let's do it. So whatever the reason is, it's none of my business. It's not your business. Your business is anticipate the fight, watch the fight, enjoy the fight, and continue to hate on Floyd after his victory. Okay, listen. Canelo Alvarez needs to really pick his shots versus Floyd Mayweather. Canelo Alvarez needs to really not go crazy with Floyd Mayweather trying to knock his head off, because he's going to make it even easier for Floyd. Do not allow yourself to be throwing a lot of punch combinations versus a sharpshooter, a patient counterpuncher, because when you throw a 3 or 4 punch combination, you just given that counterpuncher 3 to 4 reasons as to, or 3 to 4 open doors for a counter. Let me put it that way so a lot of you can understand it. He needs to pick his shots. Wait till Floyd is against the ropes, against the corner in the early rounds, if it happens. Pick a mid-range or an outer range distance. Grind to the body. Do not worry about Floyd Mayweather's head, please. That head does not exist. Go to the body. Grind the body from a mid-range, outer range distance. Chop the old tree down little by little, then attack in the older rounds. Do not gas yourself out like you did in your last fight, that after the 8th round you started looking a little tired. Yeah, man, you need to really not follow your fans' advice. Go after Floyd, pressure him, knock him out, because it's going to give you a worse defeat than if you was to take your time. So that's that. You can take that for what it's worth. Floyd Mayweather Jr. needs to do whatever it is that he's been doing. Continue to do it, because it's been working, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a very tactical fighter. Picks his shot. You never see him throwing a lot of punch combinations. Very rarely do you see him do that. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is not Austin Trout. Floyd Mayweather will hit you and get out of the way. By the time you throw your counter punch, he may not be there. A lot of you thought his legs are gone. Well, no, they're not. He showed it to us in his last fight. And if you ask me, Canelo and Robert Guerrero make the similar fatal mistake, which is hitting and not getting out the way to prevent himself from getting hit. They just kind of throw their punches and stay there. And against Mayweather, that's easy pickings from Mayweather. Mayweather's not Austin Trout, I repeat. Mayweather's not going to come in and throw a 3 or 4 punch, sloppy punch combination, slow combinations. Mayweather's going to give you a 1, a 2, a right hand, hook, just picking his shots selectively, patiently. And he's going to move around you. He's going to make you miss. He's going to snap your head with lead right hands. He does it to everybody, and Canelo will not be the exception. Canelo has the possibility. You know, I'll be ignorant to say Canelo has no chance of beating Floyd Mayweather. This is boxing where anybody, one punch can change a fight. And Canelo is the bigger puncher, and the bigger guy, and the younger guy. So, what was to happen to Floyd if it did land it? We have seen Floyd reactions after a good shot. I mean, versus Mosley, don't give me the crap that Mosley was old, because Mosley had just come back from the destruction of Iron Chin Margarito. And he actually caught Floyd with 2 or 3 flush right hand that buckled him pretty much. And Floyd stood composure, calm, and recollected of himself and took over the fight. What was to happen if Canelo was to land? That's a mystery that we are not going to see till the fight happens. But let me know what your thoughts are in this fight. Drop your comments. I will make other videos about this fight. The subject is pretty hot, and I promised you guys clip breakdowns. But it's just hard for me to find clips of Floyd looking bad. I mean, against Cotto, he didn't look that as good. Who else? I'm not going to go back 10 years and try to give you one of those clips, because he has changed. But as soon as I get some clips that I want to get my hands on and I get the permission to use it, I will break these fights down. Drop your comments. Subscribe to my channel. You can follow me at Twitter at RawBoxingTV.